What's up everybody, Danny's here and we are back at it again with another video. But before we get into it, make sure you check out all the links in the description below. So a lot of people are disagreeing with a sequel to Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I know a lot of people disagree with that, so I'm going to say that I'm really sorry to put that video up. I'm very sorry about that. Because I've seen a lot of comments that people are just kind of disagreeing about a sequel to The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. So, I wanted to apologize and say I'm sorry. So, as I can tell, what console do I like more? The Nintendo Switch or the Nintendo Switch 2? That's what we'll talk about in today's video. So, I do like the Nintendo Switch, and it has a lot of great games though, and plus, it has Breath of the Wild, but it's also on the Switch 2 though, that's for sure. And also Mario Kart 8 Deluxe though, but you can also play Nintendo Switch games on the Switch 2, but you can't play Switch 2 games on the Switch 1, which is the thing though. So, here's the question though. Do I like the Nintendo Switch? Yes, I do. I do though. And now, let's move on to the Nintendo Switch 2. So, the Nintendo Switch 2 is kind of a second-gen console, though. And as I was saying, Nintendo is also going to be working on some games for the Switch 2. And Mario Kart World is on the Nintendo Switch 2, but here's the thing, though. When Mario Kart World is on the Nintendo Switch 2, it won't work on the Switch 1, though. And plus, GameCube games are on the Nintendo Switch, so GameCube Switch Online only works on the Nintendo Switch 2. And plus, we also have some games that will work on the Switch 2. So we have some Nintendo Switch 2 Edition games, which kind of makes a lot of sense though. But we also have Zelda Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Super Mario Party Jamboree, and Kirby in the Forgotten Land. But here's the thing though. Here's the thing. So, Nintendo does have some games for the Switch 2, like Kirby Air Riders is going to come to the Switch 2. And we also have Donkey Kong Bonanza releasing on the Switch 2. We've had that on the Switch 2 Direct, probably. And we also had it on the Donkey Kong Bonanza Direct. So, as I was saying, Nintendo also seems to have some games that will be coming to the Switch 2. Like, what are some other games that should come to the Switch 2 that they should bring back? Chibi Robo Ziplash, that's what they should bring back. It's been too long though. I mean, which console do I like more? I would say the Nintendo Switch, because I'm waiting till I get the Switch 2 though. But I will let you guys know when I get the Switch 2 though, because it may take a while, but I'll keep you guys posted on when I have the Switch 2 all set and ready to be fully reviewed though, which kind of makes sense though. So, as I was saying, the Nintendo Switch is a first-gen console, I would say though. Comparing to the Switch 2, I would say the Nintendo Switch, it's normally a second generation. It's normally a first generation though. So the Switch 2 is a second generation console, and it has the C button on the Joy-Con controllers. I think it's on the right Joy-Con controller. But definitely though, the Nintendo Switch 2 also has a top charger, which means you can use it for a camera. Basically, you can use it to either charge it to a device or a, let's think, like you can either charge it like on a phone or anything, but you can also use it for a Switch 2 camera though, which is what I actually kind of like having though. Or kind of like seeing though, which I guess makes sense. And I kind of see why Nintendo did release a Nintendo Switch 2 camera, because you could possibly use one and plug it into the Switch 2. Which kind of makes sense though, because the Nintendo Switch 2 has two chargers. One is a bottom charger and the top is a top charger. That's why Nintendo had the one extra charger for the Nintendo Switch 2, which I guess makes sense though. So, I think that's going to wrap it up here for today's video. I really hope you guys do enjoy the video. If you do, make sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment and share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe if you're new to this channel. Make sure to hit that bell notification every time you get notified when I post a video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Peace!